We've got Republican Congresswoman, former small business owner Claudia Tenney joining us right now. Congresswoman, where are you on this?
Good morning. Good morning. Neil, I am from a district that voted substantially in 60% for Trump, and the number one issue for me for all these years has been repeal Obamacare and replace it. And we are trying to get to yes. I'm very close. Unfortunately, coming from New York, we're dealing with a very difficult and hostile resident in the second floor of the state capitol, and that is none other than our governor, Andrew Cuomo, who is basically taking a war out on our wonderful amendment that we've put through, an amendment that's being dubbed the Collins-Faso Amendment. But truth be told, I've been a co-sponsor of this legislation for years in the state assembly, something that would provide over $167 million in state relief to our local governments, and it is just a dream come true for anyone who's served in government in New York State. And I'm pushing hard for this amendment, and I hope it goes through. The bill's not perfect. There's a lot of things that we have in New York that are not ideal in dealing with a situation like this, but I don't get to vote perfect. I get to vote yes or no. So.
You know, but to that point, Congresswoman, it's some of your downstate colleagues along the New York metropolitan area, and aren't a lot of them, but they're the ones that didn't like that change. But leaving that aside, I mean, I'd be curious that the measure, the way Donald Trump is seen, is not perfect, but it's better than what we've got, and it's a means to continue doing things that we want to do. Do you buy that?
Yeah, actually, I think that's true. I think that this is being decried as our only shot ever, and honestly, I think the debate about health care has been going on since Obama passed it through all his years, and now it's going to be going on for many years to come. This is a major entitlement that we're trying to roll back in a very humane way, in a way to protect our citizens, but also to protect the taxpayers in the middle class and small business owners and people who have suffered under this, this type of centrally planned health care idea.
Then what do you think of your colleagues,
I've got to fight the fight.
I'm sorry, that some of your colleagues have been the first to say this is still very heavy government, big government, maybe a lighter version of Obamacare, maybe a 2.0 version. You've heard all of that. But it goes a long way. It doesn't go a long way enough to eradicate those issues, that there are still subsidies via credits in there, still big government and an expanded role of Medicaid in there, that all this stuff that they really just hate. What do you think?
Yes, well, I hate to say that I agree with them, but I also think coming from one of the largest expansion states, the largest Medicaid expansion state, New York right now has the second highest per capita rate. So we are going to be getting a full per capita rate based on the per capita block grant back to New York. So actually doing anything to incentivize the governor from spending less. What we're trying to do is tell him, put your fiscal house in order, stop passing bills in the state legislature and using what I call an unconstitutional slush fund, fees, money that he's using when he can actually help our local taxpayers. We also have, health care in New York. There's so many rules and regulations that we're going to have to work around on a national level that we have got to have our colleagues in the House help us with, and also colleagues in the state Senate and the state Assembly and the governor, to make sure we provide for a healthcare dynamic market, which we do not have. We have almost a utility right now, and our Medicaid is so expansive that it's almost like a single-payer system now, which is devastating our taxpayers.
Congresswoman, we'll watch closely. Claudia Tenney of the fine state of New York. All right, now.